enjoying the good weather. As you know, we entered the most difficult, but also the most real part of the negotiations. We had yesterday 2 plenaries with all the ministers, several coordination meetings with the 3+3 ministers yesterday, tonight, this morning again. We have started to discuss at the highest political level the last difficult political issues we have to solve. We knew it would have been difficult, challenging, and sometimes hard. On some things we get tense, on some other things we make progress. The news is that we are continuing the negotiations in these hours. You might see some ministers leaving in the next hours and then ready to come back in the coming hours or days. We are continuing to negotiate for the next couple of days. This does not mean we are extending our deadline. I told you 1 week ago, more or less, we are interpreting in a flexible way our deadline, which means that we are taking the time, the days we still need to finalize the agreement, which is something that is still possible, even if now we're getting into the difficult time. I am here to stay, to continue, together with all the teams. All the 6 teams are here, together with the one of the European Union, to continue the work on the text and to continue negotiations. We have a space. It is difficult, but we all know that we have a very important responsibility we cannot miss. So here is where we are. We thought, I shared with the ministers, all of them, the need to give you some updates and news. Also to thank you for the work you're doing. I know how hard it is, especially with this weather, and I thank you for that. This is what is happening in these hours. So don't get too excited if you see ministers leaving. They might come back. They will come back. And it doesn't mean that we are stopping the work we're doing inside. On the contrary, we are having our teams back at work on the text, and we might have coordination meetings still in the coming hours. We are still working very hard to finalize this agreement.
How long are you prepared to stay?
As I said, we are moving forward. We entered into the most difficult and sensitive part of the talks. We touched the difficult things, which is sometimes painful but needed if you need to get to an agreement. So I'm not talking about extension. I'm talking about taking the hours we need to try to complete our work. It is difficult. We always knew it was going to be difficult, but we are continuing to work to see if we manage to finalize the agreement. So I'm saying in the next hours, couple of days, that's what we're doing. Using the time we have in a flexible way, knowing that we have to do it in this. I came here a couple of days ago, Sunday, saying the time is now. Still the time is now. So it's a window that we are using at the maximum, but we are not closing the window and then opening another window at another time. We are using the time now. Thank you, and go back to work.